Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Sports Star. Today, we're going to be doing another walk the mock draft, but this time it's going to be another one for 2022. It's a way too early one for 2022 again, and but before we get into that, please subscribe to our channel. Currently at 231 subs, and we actually only got to 200 on April 23rd, so it's only been about a month. But we're almost at 250, so help us get to that, and eventually we'll get to 300 as well. But let's get into this mock draft. So I have the first pick, and with the first pick, the Houston Texans will be taking Spencer Rattler, quarterback out of Oklahoma. And I think I've watched a bit of tape on Spencer Rattler and Sam Howell both, and to be honest, I think right now Spencer Rattler's the higher upside, and honestly the more refined pick as well. I think Sam Howell is very raw, and he has incredible potential, don't get me wrong, but I think he needs to be worked a little bit more, worked with a little bit more. Yeah, so I think Spencer Rattler's the pick here for Houston. Again, Deshaun Watson, who knows what happens. Probably going to be traded. If not traded, then at least a suspension of some sort.
New episode of the longest U.S. movie sequel to The Longest Yard.
Yeah. But yeah, so Houston's going to be looking for a new quarterback, and here it is. All right, on to pick 2.
So, hold on a second. Since we're talking about quarterbacks right now, watch our website, because I am working on a draft kind of preview pro-con of both of these quarterbacks, Rattler and Howell.
Yeah.
So just watch for that coming out soon. Yeah, but I think Detroit's going to go with whoever Houston doesn't pick.
Yeah.
I think they're both pretty good. I think they're both going to be high-quality quarterbacks. Maybe not Trevor level, but I think it's 2 top-tier quarterbacks. I don't think we've had this talented of a quarterback draft class in a while.
That's true, yeah. So is Sam Howell your pick? Yeah, okay. Cool. All right, so we move on to the Cincinnati pick at number 3 overall, who are actually picking higher than last year, so something went wrong.
I mean, it might just be that they just had a bad season.
Yeah,
I'm going to take a bold prediction that Joe Burrow tore his ACL, and
no,
and then
don't do that, no.
We're Bengals fans.
Yeah, and then he wanted to trade out or just retired on the spot. But no, I'm just gonna give them. I'm gonna give them the Marvin. Or DeMarvin Leal.
Okay, defensive line. Oh, defensive line. Okay.
I think that's just too good to pass up on. I think they need defensive line, and he's a top-tier player.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so now the 4th pick for me with the Jets. I'm gonna run this up to the board and take Kayvon Thibodeau. The Jets have no one off the edge. They did take Quentin Williams a few years ago, but he's a defensive tackle, not an edge rusher. They definitely need an edge rusher now, and now that they got their quarterback of the future, they need help on defense as much as they can get. So Kayvon Thibodeau fits the mold there. All right, 5th pick.
Okay, so the Jaguars. So obviously Trevor Lawrence struggled this year, which makes sense. I mean, the Jaguars aren't a crazily talented team. So yeah, I think they're gonna go. Chris Olave here over Garrett Wilson. I think he's just a bit better wide receiver. I think they're 1A, 1B. But I just prefer Olave. He has the one-inch advantage.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so pick 6 with Philadelphia.
Okay, so Philadelphia, they are going to take Derek Stingley Jr., the number 1 overall prospect from LSU, and this is a perfect situation for them. Their biggest need is cornerback, and they're getting the best player in the draft, which happens to be a cornerback. That falls to number 6. So.
I can also, if Jalen Hurts absolutely the bum just falls out on him here, I can also see him to go in quarterback, but like that pick there.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so now with the Raiders in Vegas, I'm going to take Evan Neal, offensive tackle out of Alabama, because if you look at their offensive line, it is not great right now, and they need all the help they can get. So Evan Neal will be a welcome addition to that offensive line. I bet they would probably want him this year instead of next year, but next year we'll have to do.
Random, don't do that to the Raiders. They're gonna wait. They're gonna go for a wide receiver with a 4th round rating who's insanely fast.
Yeah, they'll probably take like I don't know, like some cornerback that's all the way down here. Maybe if Roger McCreary runs really fast or something.
Watch him be the best prospect next year.
Or something.
No,
like,
that's gonna
okay,
happen.
bets right now. If Roger McCreary ends up being the best, if Roger McCreary ends up being the best corner next year, I don't know. That would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Or not
Yeah.
hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so
yeah.
I guess that's me.
Wait, hold
And-
up. I just picked, so number 2's pick.
Oh wait, yeah.
Okay, go back to all. Okay, so
Yeah.
the Giants. Well, obviously Daniel Jones kind of worked out. But they're picking. I think this year Daniel Jones' job to do well enough that they can't pick a top tier quarterback. They're going, and since they're picking at 8, go quarterbacks, please.
Quarterbacks, yeah.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis. All right.
I need if they're picking an 8, they haven't done well enough to do it.
Interesting. A player from Liberty goes in the top 10.
I've never seen that before.
Same. All right, your pick now.
All right, Atlanta. So we are, since Malik Willis is now on the Giants, I want to say I want to trade back, but right now let's just keep it. I don't know if you're doing trades in this mock since it's so
we're
early
not.
on.
Yeah. not
So
this-
I'm going to give them. I'm going to have to give them Zach Harrison, the edge out of Ohio State.
Okay.
I seem to go when George Pickens here to replace Julio after he goes to the Titans.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could happen. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Now Carolina. So Carolina's an interesting team. They're really actually pretty solid all around. I think they lost Curtis Samuel, and honestly, I haven't done a ton of research into this class. Now this is the wild card pick, right? Justin Ross, if he plays this year and he plays to what he was playing in like 2019, he will be a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
If he does not play this year, he probably will not be drafted.
So I was looking for some players to be working on my something I've been working on off the side for college football. And one of the things on him was he's the best wide receiver in the class if he's healthy, if he's back where he was.
Yes, for sure. All right, so now that I'm probably not going to take Justin Ross yet, I'm going to be looking all over the board, really. I think wide receiver is a position that we could definitely go. Corner, not corner. We just got a corner this year in 2021. I think I will take Garrett Wilson here. Yeah. They want kind of a smaller wide receiver. Maybe not a smaller one. They want a shifty guy that can move. I don't know if that fits Garrett Wilson, to be honest. I have not done any tape study on him yet. But just give them a wide receiver, and honestly, that coaching staff will figure it out.
Yeah.
So your pick now.
My pick. Okay, so can you go back to all?
Yes.
So the New York Giants are picking again. So I think now we're gonna start picking players for their new quarterback. I think they're gonna go with. I think George Pickens would be a good pick here, honestly, because I think he has pretty good hands.
Interesting. With the addition of Kadarius Toney and who was it? Kenny
Yeah,
Galladay.
yeah, that's true, but still, I think, I don't know. Nah, I think actually, I'm talking myself in and out of like her picks right now.
Yeah.
I think Harris
Okay.
might be a smart pick, but it's your pick. So.
I'm gonna go. Hold on, this is. No, he's not. It's unbelievable. I'm gonna say go here. I think they need
Okay.
secondary help.
Yeah, that's fair. They signed Dory Jackson, which being as a
Yeah.
Titans fan was great, but
Now we have to cut him for cap.
yeah. Alright, so now I'm on. No, wait, you're on the clock, actually, not me.
Yeah, I'm on the clock. Arizona, and I am not very happy that if I'm the Cardinals fans, I'm not very happy that we just selected Carrier. But I would have to. Yeah, we're not going corner, but honestly, what running backs are available?
Let's take a look. So Isaiah Spiller, he's actually pretty good. And then Kyron Williams, Jerion Ely? Yeah, Ely. There we go.
I'm gonna have to reach here for Spiller. Spiller, he has got great talent. I mean, right now he's the best running back on the board. Obviously, Travis Etienne was the best coming out last year about this time. But I mean, unless something major happens, I think he is going to be the best running back. And you lost Kenyon Drake, and right now you don't have a huge prospect, so I think that would be a smart pick for the future.
That makes sense. All right, now Washington with me. I'm gonna go with George Pickens here, pretty much straight away, because look at their wide receiver room and tell me that you're confident with that. I would not be, and they need something there. This is at least a start, other than other than Scary Terry. So there we go. Yeah. Back to number 2 with the Minnesota's pick.
Okay, so here, Minnesota. I think they might go Christian Harris here. So I think he's a good. I think he's kind of similar to. I haven't not watched Washington's game on linebackers yet, but I think he has a similar upside to Owusu Koromoa. That's similar to where he was last year. So I think that's a good pick there.
Well, don't bring up Owusu Koromoa because at that rate, he's gonna fall to the second round, and the Browns are gonna trade up one pick out of the Titans and take him. So, yeah. Moving on to number 3 for the Pittsburgh Steelers pick.
Okay, that's me, I guess. They need QB pretty bad. I don't know what Slovis, what Carson Strong.
Oh, Keaton Slovis is really down the board.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm planning on putting together a better ranking, so like just like walk the mocks a lot. But...
Yeah.
I think Desmond Ritter right now is the best option. Coming out of Cincinnati, Cincinnati's been like a top. They're either in the top 15. They're in the top 15 all last year, and it was because of him. Desmond Ritter is a very great. He's a great quarterback, and I mean, you just got your running back of the future. You've got your quarterback of the future. You've got an insane defense, and now, yeah, you've got your quarterback, and then you've got great wide receivers and and you got your tight end of the future and Freiermuth. So you've got a very solid team right now. So I like that pick.
Yeah. All right. So now me with Denver. Sorry. So we had a discussion on Carson Strong, and I personally dislike him because to me he's really, really raw, and he's not very, smart with the football, and sometimes he's inaccurate too. So I'm not going to take him here with Denver. I'm going to take Keaton Slovis, who I think is a phenomenal prospect coming out. He's definitely way too far down the board. And that is my pick with Denver. Moving on to number 2.
Okay, so okay, hold on. I'm gonna make my point on Armstrong when I get to a pick where I'm gonna pick him, but I disagree with you. I've made that very clear to you.
Okay.
And for the Chargers, I'm picking Drake Jackson.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I can see him as a top 15 pick in a good in maybe a little bit of a reach. I can see him top 15 pick.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, number 3.
Okay, so Patriots are on the clock again, and they are going to take Kyle Hamilton from Notre Dame, and they really don't have a great secondary, like safety, strong safety especially, and you got the 6th best player in the draft at pick number 18, so
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty solid pick.
Yeah, purely just a value pick there. All right, so now I pick with the Saints at the 19th pick. And you could look at quarterbacks here, maybe Nava Carson Strong. Again, I didn't really like him as a prospect. Here, you could argue for a lot of different things. I'm going to go with Aiden Hutchinson. I think I've watched his tape a touch, and I know it's obviously kind of biased towards him if I only watch his tape and not many other people's, but he was one of the first people I watched, and I really liked his tape. So I'm going to go with Aiden Hutchinson. They also definitely need him, and now that puts you back on the board with the Eagles.
Okay, so yeah, so the Eagles were. I actually don't know where they're picking because they were picking at 8, and they were picking at 20. But
yeah, and they're coming up at 24.
But based on the predictions I've seen, they're picking at 8. So I think they're gonna go quarterback here.
Quarter or corner?
Quarter.
Oh, quarterback. Okay.
And I'm going with my personal pet pick here, Carson Strong. I love Carson Strong because I think he is the most underrated quarterback in the draft. I think if he gets a good offensive line, so he can go to the Eagles and be successful. But if he goes to basically any team with a decent offensive line, he's going to be a top tier quarterback.
Yeah.
Most of the problems I've seen, I watched a lot of quarterback tape because they're interesting, but he has at longest he has 3 seconds to throw the ball before he has to roll out of the pocket and throw the run. He just doesn't have any time at Nevada. So I think it's an offensive line part as opposed to a personal thing.
Okay. Yeah, so number 3, that puts you on the clock with Dallas.
So Dallas, they could go edge. I don't think they're going to go safety or tight end. And I'm going to, I don't know, because their edge is pretty bad. Their edge rushers are not great, but they don't really have a tight end either for Dak Prescott. So I'm going to have to go George Karlaftis.
Karlaftis? I don't know.
Karlaftis, yeah. We're going to have to learn these names, but yeah, I think they're going to have to pick the safer option to secure their edge rusher.
Yeah. All right, so now it's me up again with the Jets. I picked earlier for them, and I picked Kayvon Thibodeau. And this time I'm going to pick a player in... It's interesting here because the Jets just have so many needs. I'm going to take the wild card pick now, and hate on me all you want. Justin Ross, if he even plays like limited this year, and he falls to pick 22, take him immediately. I know he has so many medical red flags, so many not off the field issues, just medical red flags really. But it's so much value. Like if he hits, then he is an all-pro. So that's my justification for that. And then now number 2, you have the Tennessee Titans pick. Not picking where I'd necessarily want them to pick, but go ahead.
So here's weird because I'm split between Zion Nelson. I say Zion Nelson, Nick Brocoker, or headphone lost for the show. I'm looking up that name because I think he's good. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Zion Nelson over Nick Roker. I think Zion Nelson's better, personally. I mean it's just my pet thing, but like they use my pet pick for offensive line because like really good. He's a good pass blocker, and I think he's a big enough guy to block for the run. And I think he's perfect for this. I think he's the perfect player for the Titans at offensive line, and he can fill up that offensive line opposite Taylor.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of that pick. I think we have a solid offensive line, but
our tackle position's weak.
Our tackle position's weak at depth, but I don't think we should have taken a depth piece.
And it's all gonna. That's my personal pick right now, but like, it's gonna come down to whether or not this turns out.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so now with the Eagles, you have So they already picked Derek Stingley, and interestingly, they didn't take a quarterback with the 6th pick. They waited and took one at the 20th pick, which is very confusing. But whatever, let's go ahead. You have the 24th pick. You're on the clock.
The Eagles are in a perfect position right now. They are going to take Jalen Wydermyer, tight end from Texas A&M. I think they've got the best draft right now. They got
they got a really
need. Yeah, they got their big. They got a quarterback for their future. Their biggest need in cornerback with the best. I think, they got the best player in the draft, and then they got their tight end of the future. So I like that.
So I'm gonna sound really dumb right now. Did something happen to Zach Ertz? Did he get moved or did he sign someone else?
He requested a trade.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But
and he had a major fall off the last few years.
Yeah, I didn't know if he got traded or not. Either way, yeah.
He had a major fall off last year, which is unfortunate they drafted him in fantasy.
Yeah, they're gonna need him. They're gonna need a replacement for him. So that's interesting. Now the Cleveland Browns actually picking in a worse position they're picking 25th this year. They were picking 26th in 2021. So, okay. They actually did worse than last year. I don't know how that's possible with that roster, but whatever.
I mean, it really just means that they ran into the Chiefs around early.
Yeah, injuries or something. Yeah. So now looking at this team, I think, man, it's just such a complete roster. I would trade out of this pick, maybe trade for like a stud player or something. Honestly, just get depth at positions. Nick Broker, I suppose, pick him up, and he can be a solid depth piece for that offensive line, and could even start at guard if he wins that position in camp. And I think if someone goes down on that offensive line, it could really throw a wrench in their entire Super Bowl run, and have solid depth at that position because it will really help you in like playoffs.
So in every other position, except for maybe quarterback and defensive line, you can pick somebody off the waiver wires or on practice squads or whatever that's serviceable.
Yeah.
But offensive line, quarterback, and defensive line are the 3 positions you cannot skimp on.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so your pick with the Packers.
Packers. Obviously, you kept Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, otherwise you would not be here.
And you better go with who's left at wide receiver?
Let's see. Not the best value.
Oh, John Mechie. I like him. I like John Mechie's a good one. I really need to adjust some of these, especially the wide receiver rankings.
Yeah.
Wide receiver and offensive line, in my opinion, they completely screwed up on.
Okay.
But
yeah, interesting. So number 3, your pick with the Dolphins.
Dolphins are going to take, I don't know, this means that Tua. This means that Tua is insane.
He has a second-year breakout this year.
Yeah, and I guess they're not going to take quarterback.
Nope. Don't see why his favorite if they're at 26.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take the linebacker from Washington. Do you know how to pronounce that?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give it my best try. Watch this. Edufuan Ulofascio. I am so sorry to whoever that is.
Yes,
I just
him.
botched your name.
I was like,
And we'll get it
that's
eventually.
me. Yeah, that's how I
That
used
was
to.
me last year when
I used
JOK was coming out.
Yeah, exactly.
It was
Eh,
like
by the-
Jeremiah
Owusu
Owusu
Karamoah.
Karamoah.
We'll get it by then. Don't worry, guys. We'll get it by
Yeah.
next time, hopefully.
Alright, so now my pick with the Ravens, and my second to last pick of the draft, I am going to be looking to go somewhere on the offense just to give this offense firepower now. Not the best depth or value at wide receiver. So
Yeah, I don't really love anybody left.
Yeah.
Wide receiver.
Yeah,
Like,
so I'm going to be
not-
taking definitely not a quarterback. Let's just say that.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
yeah, I know. Shocker.
It's not like anybody. You can't even like make the excuse of like a Taysom Hill type quarterback here. There's not even that on the board.
Let's just take value, honestly. The
Oh,
Baltimore
no.
Ravens have so much depth. Just take Owen Papo, and hopefully he becomes a stud in that linebacker room. And yeah, there we go. That's my
Just
reason.
personally, I think they should have taken a running back, but no, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
I mean, they have their quarterback who's a running back. They have they have quite a few running backs.
A running back that's running back.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Buffalo Bills. So say they don't really need a running back, low on their depth thing, but I think they do because I think their running game needs to step it up from last year. I don't love anybody they really have there. Zach Moss is serviceable, so I think they go Kyron Williams here. I think that's a good player as a compliment to. I mean, Zach Moss is fine. Zach Moss is on the Bills, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then Devin Singletary, I'm not sure what they're doing with him, but yeah, I don't love their running game.
All right. So number 3, your last pick with the Detroit Lions. Whose pick is this? This is whose pick was this
Mine.
originally? No, like the NFL team.
Oh,
Oh, the Rams. The Rams. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Rams,
Rams
yeah.
finishing.
How did the Rams get?
NFC
how did the-
Championship.
yeah.
game. Sheesh. Okay.
I guess they
And
are
that
pretty
one of
good.
our subscribers.
All right, so Rams fans obviously very happy with that. But the Lions pick Sam Howell. So number 3, what's your pick here?
The Lions are going to take
Matt Corral,
And double down. Yep.
no,
2 quarterbacks.
definitely. I mean, it wouldn't hurt like 3rd round, 4th round to get a solid backup option if Stafford gets hurt, but
Honestly,
not
yeah.
not
Oh,
first.
no, this is for the Lions we're picking.
Oh wait, they already got a quarterback. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Rams. Like, so with the Rams, can you see wide receivers?
Yeah. Jason Hazelwood. Ooh, actually, he's pretty decent. Yvonne Hiley also.
I'm going to
Fryer
project
Vogel's
that
not bad.
Hazelwood actually has a. I'm gonna project that Hazelwood has a great season, and I'm just gonna draft him. It is a
Yeah.
reach right now.
It's
but
a bit of
I
a reach, yeah.
don't win right now, but future.
Freifel's not bad either. I think he got underrated because of the system, but I think he's
Yeah.
pretty good.
All right, so my last pick now with the Buccaneers losing the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. I am going to be taking. They could use more offensive line help, to be honest.
Yeah, the
So
support
Jordan
Tom Brady.
McFadden, yeah, Jordan McFadden. I think this will be his last season because he signed an extension. I think like a restructure plus an extension for a year. So it'll be his last year, kind of a playoff push. So Jordan McFadden's going to help out, and that is the last pick of the Tom Brady era in the NFL. Hopefully,
Yeah, right.
hopefully. I said hopefully. All right, so your pick, last pick.
Kansas City.
Yeah, your Super Bowl pick right now too.
Yes, it is. I think they're going to go Logan Brown here.
Logan Brown.
Because I think they're going to struggle at offensive line. Because I don't think they have any. Especially if one of them gets hurt. If any of them get hurt, then you're going to see the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Because they don't have depth. They have good top tier players, but they need depth. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And that I think concludes it. Yeah.
Our second mock draft of the year.
So guys, if you haven't already, please head over to our channel and subscribe. 231 subs right now. Also, we started up a second channel. It's called, what was it called again? Tennessee something.
It's 10 Sports, 10 Sports Central.
Yeah, and we made a video about it here too. But yeah, that's it, guys.
One thing. Thank you guys for getting one of our videos over almost at 3,500 views.
Look at this.
That's insane to me.
3,500.
That's absolutely insane to me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.